is the perfect diet? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. In my opinion, there is no perfect diet. There is no magic pill. What there is our own body's ability to decide if something is uplifting our system or if it's dragging it down. Do the habits you have every day, do they make you want to go out and do life? Or do they make you want to go sit on the couch and take a nap? And that's huge. That's something, again, not any expert. I can't tell you what those are, but I can show you how to start discerning. All right, when I eat this food, it makes me want to go to sleep. Or when I wake up in the morning and I set the alarm to a beautiful sound versus a it makes me start my day in a great way. Those are all little things to plug into and figure out how something is working for you or not. And with the diet, I know there's a lot of confusing information out there. I myself have a gluten-free recipe book. However, what I realize is there is not one perfect diet. And that is because we all come from different backgrounds. We have genetics that come into play, our daily habits, what we do for a living. There's so many things that dial in. There are, however, some principles, and that's my area of expertise, is looking at old world wisdoms, habits, things that people did in ancient civilizations, and those principles and what they were and how they really uplifted people's systems. Here's an example. All right, digestibility. People ate food that was real food. It didn't come in a little plastic package. It was real food. The body knew exactly what to do with it. It could go, okay, here are the nutrients I need, and the body knew what to do. What's happened over time is, out of convenience, we all are running and going and doing so much that we grab quick things to eat. Now, one of the main problems with that is that a lot of times our body sees this, what is supposed to be food, and it's not quite sure what to do with it. So it spends a lot of time and energy trying to figure out what to do with it. Now, in my opinion, the more digestible we make our food, the easier it is for the body to go, oh, okay, I'm going to use this for this, that, and the other, and then go and do life. If our body is trying to fight the food we're putting in it, it doesn't have a lot of energy to be creative or a lot of energy to be combating just all the daily stresses that we deal with. However, when we provide it with simple, whole, real food that is digestible, wow, the body's like, okay, now I have energy to go out and do this project. Now I have energy to be thinking beyond myself and seeing how I can help others. It's incredible how just that one little change can make a difference. So going back to that magic pill mentality, it's my belief that our body is somewhat like a bucket, and we're born with a certain amount already in that bucket, and as we go through life, we start accumulating more and more things in that bucket. The things that affect that are nutrition, stress, what you do for a living, where you live, the chemicals you're exposed to, all those things start contributing to that bucket. So that's not one thing that's filling our bucket, is it? So it makes sense that it's probably not one thing that's going to help us manage that bucket. Now, we live in a world that has all kinds of things in it. There's no way to stay in a little plastic bubble. But what we can do is look in terms of managing that bucket. And when we think that way, that's where our daily habits come into play. Okay, well, I'm in a job that's very sedentary, so my body doesn't get a lot of circulation. So it would make sense for me to start building in habits that support circulation in my body. And ultimately, that circulation improves my immunity. See how that works? So not one thing that fills the bucket, not one thing that empties that bucket. But what we do have is the ability to start looking at managing our bucket and creating circulation and creating habits that help our bucket stay in a manageable level and not so full that we can't manage when we get exposed to a virus or we have different stresses happen. So looking at that idea of our bodies being this bucket and the concept that we can actually manage that bucket. And if we manage that bucket and keep it at a sustainable level, a level to where it's not overly full with stresses and chemicals and junk food and things like that, we can actually improve our health on a regular basis. For instance, holiday time, a lot of people start to get less sleep, they get a little more stress, they start to eat more sugar. Well, if you know that in advance, you can plan and go, okay, I need to keep some nutrient-rich foods in my house. I need to make sure that I get a little extra sleep at least a few nights a week, and maybe not take that invitation to go out that night. And so that starts to help play with that idea of managing the buckets. So our daily habits can create an amazing baseline for health. It's as simple as, do your daily habits make you want to go out and do life, or do they make you want to go take a nap? It's as simple as that.